I'm reviewing episode 7 of Only Murders in the Building, season 4, titled Valley of the Dolls. And like every other episode this season, this title is another movie reference, this time the 1967 classic of the same name. This episode was my favorite when I first watched the critic screeners back in August with my wife, and even after rewatching it, it still holds up as one of the funniest episodes of the season. So let's get into it right now. Welcome back to the Neurosocial. I'm Nathan. As always, if you want to skip ahead of the intro to my analysis or rating, check the chapter links below. So, the 7th episode of season 4 should debut on October 8th. Episode 7, Valley of the Dolls, is one of the longest episodes of the season, clocking in at nearly 40 minutes, and is packed with hilarious guest stars, surprising character moments, and a major breakthrough in the case. Let's dive in deeper. The spoiler-free logline for this episode is, terrified by the threat inside the Arconia, the trio race out of the city. A member of Charles's family provides refuge, and yet this safe house proves to be anything but. This episode was directed by Sherry Springer Berman and Robert Puccini, with writing credits going to Matteo Borges and Rob Tabarski. These two have brought a lot of humor and heart into this episode, making it one of the best written episodes of the season, in my opinion anyway. At this point, as I mentioned in previous reviews, I've gone through all the main cast and additional players. There is someone who shows up in this episode, which I'll cover next week. However, there is a link above if you want to get more information about the cast. All right, so let's start analyzing this episode. So I have to say again, this was my favorite episode when I first watched this screener back in August. It's one of the funniest in the season, and even on rewatch, I was laughing out loud multiple times. A lot of the humor comes from the zaniness of the guest stars who absolutely steal the show here. If you've seen the trailers for the season, you can probably guess who makes an appearance, but I won't spoil it for those of you who haven't watched the episode yet. The writing in this episode is just uproariously funny at times. The wild character interactions and dialogue are some of the best of the season, and you can tell the writers had a great time coming up with these moments. It's one of those episodes that has you constantly grinning even when the stakes are high. While there isn't a ton of foreign momentum in the murder case itself, the episode focuses heavily on personal moments, particularly for Oliver and Charles. Oliver's arc gets some major emotional beats here, and we also see Charles dealing with the family member who provides refuge to the trio. And of course, even these emotional moments are peppered with humor that fits perfectly into the show's tone. Despite the trio being on the run, there's a big breakthrough in the case when the clues that they've been working with are reframed. This revelation doesn't just impact the current investigation, it has repercussions for the trio's partnership going forward, which makes for some interesting developments as we near the season finale. Even though Valley of the Dolls is packed with humor, as I said, it also gives some really touching character moments. Charles' interactions with his family member provide more depth to his character, and there's this balance between comedy and emotional weight that makes the episode stand out. The trio may be fleeing from danger, but the real drama happens in their personal lives. And also, I want to point out again that the guest stars in this episode really make it. Without giving too much away, their performances are fantastic and add so much energy and hilarity to the episode. These appearances are the real highlight. So, in my final analysis, Only Murders in the Building Season 4 Episode 7 earns a movie marathon rating, or a 9 on our scale, and if you're unfamiliar with our scale, it is down below. It's one of the most entertaining and funny episodes of the season, with a great mix of personal growth for the main characters and a huge breakthrough in the murder case. It's well worth a watch, especially if you've been enjoying the quirky humor and character dynamics of this season. So, what did you think of Valley of the Dolls? Did the guest stars and the humor hit for you as much as it did for me? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and share and subscribe for more in-depth analysis of film and TV. All right, guys, see you in the next one. Bye.